artisan style techniques.
Yep.
That are born out of like a long history, long lineage.
Yeah.
They're dying because of some rules that people are just like, well, it's too much work. I want to do it.
The government is maybe fighting against me. There's rules, there's laws against it.
It's too hard. I'm just going to go and be a businessman. That's it.
Hey everyone, welcome to another fantastic, wonderful, needle-popping episode. My name is MJ.
My name is Adam.
And today, everyone, it's news time! Today, everyone, we're going to be talking about a news article that we read. Maybe it's coming in a little late, depending on when this video drops. But in Japan, the Supreme Court has ruled that it is okay to give tattoos without a medical license.
Yeah.
Hey. Everyone for saving Japanese tattoos.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You won that 3-year battle. So if you haven't been following this story, everyone, what happened was there was a tattoo artist in Osaka that was raided by police, and they found that he didn't have a medical license to give tattoos.
Right.
Now, in other countries, you don't need a medical license for this. But in Japan, the law says you need to go to some medical school, get a license to then give tattoos.
Right.
All right. So he didn't have one. He was fined. And then he took it to court. He's like, this shouldn't be a normal law. Like, this is messed up.
Yeah.
Let's fix the system. So he took his case to the Supreme Court in Japan.
Yep.
And for the past 3 years, they've been fighting. And finally, the court ruled that it is okay to work as a tattoo artist without any medical
degree
backgrounds
or license
or studies.
Yeah.
So this is really a huge taboo topic just from the beginning, just thinking about tattoos in Japan.
Right. And the image and how it's always connected with bad things.
Yeah, I mean, straight up just gangs,
gangs,
Yakuza.
Right.
That's what people have thought about since in the past. I mean, there's also been talks about prisoners getting tattoos.
Okay, yeah.
So that's another reason why some people think tattoo equals somebody bad or someone that did something bad.
Right.
So that's not good, right? Prisoners,
gangs,
gang members. And that is like not a completely false.
It's not, exactly like you said, not completely false.
Right.
It's kind of true in a sense. But it's not everybody.
Exactly. Just because you have a tattoo doesn't mean you're in the Yakuza. Just because you have a tattoo doesn't mean you've
been to jail.
Done time. So I think more and more people are opening up and finally accepting that, especially here in Japan, with the younger generations. And even, the older generations are opening up too. But so this is just a huge thing. I think the whole Japanese community, the whole country can kind of see and be like, wow, okay, it's okay to kind of maybe get a tattoo or be a tattoo artist.
Right.
I'm sure, dude, it must have been so hard or stressful to be a tattoo artist.
Oh man, I can imagine, like, even if you just have that passion of wanting to be a tattoo artist and you look into how to become a tattoo artist, it could be a big roadblock for you if you don't have money for one.
Oh man.
Because you need to go to medical school to be able to use a tattooing gun.
Exactly.
Right.
And I know a lot of tattoo artists as being just that, what I just said.
Yeah.
The second part of that, tattoo artist, what are they? They are an artist. Right? They're not a doctor. They're an artist. They do it because they love putting their art onto people.
Right.
And
people maybe love having their art put on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was going with that.
Yeah.
Depending on the type of artist.
Right.
Some people have a really special way of drawing and giving tattoos.
Yeah.
So it makes them special. So people are looking for that artist. Be like, I want to get a tattoo from you.
Yeah.
So, man, poor people in Japan who've had to live through this, poor artists in Japan who've had to go through this and live through this, had to do this medical thing, or the people who have decided not to do the medical thing and do it under the table the whole time, I guess illegally back then. But now they can do it open and legally. But will people go out and get tattoos in Japan?
I don't think it would be like a 100% increase in people getting tattoos. I think the image still stands as it is right now, where people who have tattoos, maybe not everybody, but some people assume and think that the tattooed person is part of a gang, or they've done bad things, or they're kind of on the outside of the traditional society. The common normal standards of Japan. Like, I'm sure if you went to a business interview and the interviewer, the person you're applying for, found out you had a tattoo, they might reconsider.
Right.
In Japan.
Yeah.
They might reconsider your application.
Yeah.
And that's still a thing that I think a lot of people are worried about, like how they are going to be looked at, even if they want a tattoo or they're curious about tattoos. Like, the personal image, outward image is very big.
Yes.
Here.
Yes. Yeah. The whole stigma around having a tattoo, isn't good. Right.
For a Japanese person. But I guess for a foreign person, there's a little flexibility.
I think there is a total flexibility because depending on the person, but I kind of feel that people see foreigners as like not Japanese. So you don't have to judge them like Japanese people judge other Japanese people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there is that, like,
that's true.
All the things that I've learned, that I've witnessed here, is that there's this whole way of being the same.
Right. Yeah.
If you are that, I always go back to that Japanese phrase of,
the nail sticks out.
You're the nail that sticks out, you will be hammered down.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're not a part of those nails, hey, like, Japanese people are nails, guess what? Foreigners are like screws.
Screws, yeah.
You can't hammer it in.
Right? You can screw it, but
tool.
You can put it back and take it out again.
So we get a get out of jail free card.
Yep.
Because we're foreigners.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that happens like a lot. So it's like, okay, yeah, you have tattoos,
right,
but we don't see you as possible gangster or Yakuza.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Which I guess is good for us. But still, there's plenty of rules that are all over Japan,
right,
where in certain establishments, certain places, you can't go and enjoy their services.
Right, yeah. For example, gyms are one. I used to go to a gym, and in the gym dress room, the locker room, a lot of the times there were signs that says, if you have a tattoo, you can't use the shower, for example. Or if you have a tattoo, please make sure it's covered when you're on the gym floor. And yeah, I guess for the culture, the biggest question is why?
Why?
But I guess the second question depends on the location as well.
You think so?
For example, you're in a gym.
Okay.
Most likely you're going to be wearing gym clothing. So why isn't there a consideration for that?
Oh.
Not just the rule of why can't I have a tattoo in the gym, but I'm going to assume that I'm going to be wearing a t-shirt. What if I have a tattoo on my arm?
Yep.
Or on my elbow? Like I need to expose these things if I want to have a comfortable time at the gym.
Right. Okay.
Right. And it seems like a difficult thing to get over for the gym, but we were talking about like Hot Springs as well. That's another place.
Hot Springs is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's one that's been talked about the most. And it comes up because so many people who are traveling to Japan who have tattoos want to experience Japan.
Yes.
And one thing that is like so special to the Japanese culture are hot springs and onsens.
Yes.
So a lot of foreigners want to go and experience that. A lot of tourists want to do that.
Yeah.
But if you have a tattoo, guess what? You get a big fat...
No, sorry.
You get one of these.
You get one of these.
Not this one. This one. Even if you speak really well Japanese, they'll still give you this.
It might be even stronger if you speak really good Japanese.
So there's plenty of times where, like within the news or on SNS, people who've traveled to Japan who complain about like, hey, I really wanted to enjoy the hot spring, but I couldn't because I have
a tattoo,
butterfly on my shoulder.
Yeah. Hard on my back. And then it's just difference of culture. But let's think about that. The reason for these rules, why this idea is very set so hard in the culture. Exactly. It's very rigid. Of course, there are gang tattoos and gang affiliation tattoos.
Right.
But a tattoo of a butterfly, I can't experience something that like is so unique to Japan and can't find anywhere else because I decided when I was 21 years old to get a tattoo of a butterfly on my shoulder. Yeah. It sounds weird.
I guess depending on the case, because I've heard of people who've had like tattoos of like a grandma that passed away.
Oh, okay.
I got a picture of her or her name written in here.
Yeah.
And now I can't go to this to enjoy this hot spring or maybe a beach or water park in Japan, a gym. Because it's like, because of this, that represents my grandma. Like I love my grandma. I want to represent that.
And remember her. This is my way.
Yeah. And now I can't do this because of
a rule.
Yeah.
Right?
The whole reason why people get tattoos now have been is really opened up to just being a piece of art.
Yeah, piece of art.
To be individual,
something personal that they can keep with them.
Yeah.
A memory maybe. And I guess on the other hand, some of my friends who have tattoos in Japan, when we have gone to onsens and places like that, they would wear huge bandages to cover them up.
Yeah.
Or put the towel over it. But, you know, it's still has a question in the back of my mind, like it's not that bad of a tattoo.
Like, what are the hot springs worried about? Why can't you go in the shower?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna come off and like mess up with the plumbing or something? Like, no.
And the other thing I want to say is that tattooing is also a big part of Japanese culture as well. And there are a lot of tattoo artists who still try to hold on to and carry on that Japanese technique of tattooing.
Dude.
Which is much different than the way it's done in America.
In tattoo culture, there is so many different categories of tattooing. There's tribal, there's new school, there's traditional, and guess what? There's Japanese.
Yes, it is one category
of tattooing.
Yes.
Which is what everyone knows in Japan as the Yakuza kind of, like the koi fish, or the oni, or, you know, everything that has to do with Japan, like a geisha or something, is tattooed on, but there's a specific look that people like. So what was born, it started out as maybe Yakuza tattoos. The outside world looked at it and be like, wow, that's a beautiful piece of Japanese
culture,
art.
And art as well.
I want to get that on my skin. I want to get like a dragon or some sakura petals or something on me because it's beautiful. So to think about that, guys. Outside world thinks the Japanese tattoos are beautiful, but in Japan, they see it as
negative.
Think about that.
It's a culture. You should be proud that people are so interested in not only receiving part of Japanese culture on them for permanent, but also people within Japan who want to continue that lineage and that tradition of tattooing. And that's one of the things that are dying. It's dying just along with the iron workers who make, katanas and stuff like that. All of those artisan style techniques. That are born out of like a long history, long lineage. They're dying because of some rules that people are just like, well, it's too much work. I want to do it.
The government is maybe fighting against me. There's rules. There's laws against it.
It's too hard. I'm just going to go and be a businessman. That's it.
Whoa. So to close off this episode, Adam, would you get a tattoo?
I would like to get one, but I wouldn't. Like, I can envision what kind of tattoo I would like to get. What style, maybe. But I probably wouldn't get one.
Okay.
Because it's too much work for me to live a normal life after getting a tattoo.
Come on. Did you hear what you just said? And then what you said before about...
I know. It's a real big contradiction about what I said before and what I'm saying now.
Give up. I'm just going to be a
salary man. Some things you can get are really cool. I don't know if it would suit me or not.
Let me change the question.
Okay.
So how about if you were still in Canada?
Maybe.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, the situation changes.
So the situation changes where you are. The stigma of the tattoo changes depending on where you are. For good or worse, I don't see it needing to be a negative thing. I would totally get one.
Yeah? Even now?
Even now.
Right.
I mean, you know me. I don't like hot springs. So I'm like, that's just true.
That's true. That is
true. You
would
invite me to a hot spring, I'm going to say no. And if you ask me, hey, why not? You scared of being naked? Tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's my other roadblock because I love going to the hot spring. I went to one last week. Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to go if I have a tattoo.
Right. Or you just have to hope that some places are more open.
Accepting, or they have like kashikiri buro or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's another challenge in itself.
Hey, there it is, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed that episode.
Yeah.
This is another one from one of our listeners who gave us this awesome idea. And it's a good topic to talk about. So please in the comments down below, let us know what your views of tattoos are in Japan.
Are they scary? Would you have one? Do you have one?
Hey.
Would you like one?
Would you like more? Would you like to be a tattoo artist?
Yeah.
Hey, let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
And of course, check us out on SNS. We got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, as well as TikTok. And we are always checking it out to hear what you got to say. So come on over there and let us know what you think and feel, and give us a comment and subscribe there as well.
Thanks everyone's following. That's it for this episode. We'll see you on the next step.